Hello and welcome to Casual Leaves. Firstly, a very happy New Year 2024. I'm a bit late with this video, but I was just away with some rough tidings, but I'm back here now. I hope everyone had a great last week of December and a very great start to the first week of Jan. And today I'm here with some plant trends, houseplant trends that I want to talk about, and some predictions, which is basically a general overall feel of what's going on in terms of the buzz with the new houseplants. And this may not apply to every country, every location, but this is the general overall vibe that is going on right now with indoor houseplants, rare plants specifically. So it's more of a collation of information that I have been tracking and observing in order to know which plants are going to be the highlights this year. So let's get into that. But before that, if you're new here, welcome so much to my channel. I make houseplant videos as I build my own collection of rare indoor plants. I capture their progress and go along with it with you guys as we track their journey. And I also make some interesting unboxing and review videos at times, so do check it out and do subscribe to the channel. And if you're returning here, thank you so much for coming back again. It means a lot, and I hope everyone enjoys this video. So this is going to be quite an expected video and a first one for me, where I talk about the trends and predictions for this new year. Like I said before, I am not stating any claims here, and I just feel that these are the plants which will be sort of talk of the internet, and it may not be possible for your country to get these plants yet. And same applies to me. We really don't get too many rare plants where I stay, but it's always fun to track and talk about the new ones, hyping up the market. And yeah, so I just also wanted to be clear that I'm no expert and I'm not really starting any trend about these plants, but these are the plants which are going to be on my watch list. So if I have to divide this video, I'm going to be talking about philodendron hybrids. I'm going to be talking about hybrids with anthuriums. I'm going to talk a bit about variegated syngoniums, synapsis, a bit of alocasias. We are going to be talking about monsteras, and there are some hidden plants here which I'm going to talk about. Hidden in a sense that they don't really belong in those 3-4 categories I spoke about, but they are definitely going to be the most trending plants. So do watch the whole video. So the general buzz around the last month of 2023, which was in December, was around hybrid plants and a lot of hybrid philodendrons and hybrid anthuriums. Specifically, there have been lots of sellers globally who have been trying new hybrid forms of philodendrons specifically, and there are some interesting forms which I have here. I do have a list here on my laptop, and I'm just going to read out a few of the plants that I found are very interesting. Starting with the first hybrid is Philodendron Biete. All kind of hybrids have been making rounds with Biete, and especially with verrucosum. I think that makes for a very interesting plant. The red blush, the pink blush color of the verrucosum along with the elongated form of the Biete results into this very beautiful heart-shaped long form, long leaf of the hybrid plant, and it makes for a very unique foliage. Biete along with gloriosum has been talked about a lot. Biete along with Ploumanii has been talked about, Magdalene Dowell has been talked about a lot. And I think all these forms where you have one heart-shaped big sized leaf plant along with Biliete's long form is generating a lot of new foliage, a lot of new type of plants which are really going to do well. At the same note, I want to say that a lot of bushier plants are going to be sought after a lot. People want to have bushier plants, people want to have easy to take care of plants, low maintenance plants, and Biete along with these kind of hybrids with gloriosum, verrucosum, which are otherwise very difficult to maintain, will create a new form which will be very easy and very unique to own. Another one which was Cheronie along with Biete or along with Gloriosum. Those have been other hybrids which have been talked about a lot, and I think again they make for very interesting forms with Cheronie's veining and the kind of pillowy texture along with the long form of Biete is going to result into a very, very beautiful plant. Other philodendron hybrids which are being spoken about are the red Congo, philodendron red Congo along with Gloriosum, philodendron red Congo along with Blaumannii, dark lord with Gloriosum, giganteum with Gloriosum. So these are some really new variants or hybrids which we are going to be seeing a lot as we progress through the new year. There are two more interesting hybrids I want to talk about and mention them, which is the violin shaped leaf from Bipen folium. I think they are going to be creating a lot of new beautiful hybrids for everyone to have in their collection. The next one I want to talk about is philodendron totem. Hybrids of totem along with some other plants like Florida ghost will be an interesting one to watch out for. So really excited to watch those two come up a lot more. Some mention of some new variegated plants, which is for Syngonium chiapense, which is for Synapsis tricolor. These two plants are also going to be seen a lot in the market. These plants, which basically I'm talking about today, they are not already out there in the market. They have been experimented with quite a lot in the last 2-3 years, and now they're ready to come out in the market. So since they're just coming out now, they're not going to be readily available, and even if they are available, they won't really be affordable. So when I mean to say that these are the most talked about plants for this coming year, it doesn't mean that they are going to be out there in the markets in every single plant shop, but eventually these are going to start flowing out, which means the prices are going to be very high initially. Now before I move on to the anthurium hybrids, there's one more mention I want to make, which is for Refid tetrasperma variegated form. This again is going to make a huge deal in the market, and it's going to be a really sought after plant as well. Now moving on to anthurium hybrids. Anthurium delta force is one of the most talked about plant right now. I have been trying right from now to get my hands on it, but it's really difficult to get. A lot of people still don't know much about it, but it's been one of the most top trending anthuriums for the coming year, and I think for some time to come. Anthurium delta force is a hybrid between clarinovium and Pedatoradium. Some people confuse it with pterodactyl, but that seems to be a hybrid, but not the original delta force. So the original delta force is a hybrid between clarinovium and Pedatoradium. So that's one which is going to be really be the top number one plant according to me, even above philodendrons for sure. Apart from that, there will be new different anthuriums, which would be Anthurium dark mama, which would be Anthurium Goliath, Anthurium red spider, red beauty. I have a whole list here which I just want to talk about. Silver tiger, Anthurium vitrifolium variegated. It's just one of the most beautiful anthuriums that I have seen, and I would really want to get it. And all the plants that I'm talking about in this video are going to be in the range of really expensive plants, so like above 500 pounds, 700 pounds, 800 pounds. That's what I have been seeing. And do convert it into your own currencies, but that's what the range is. But this one plant, I think I would definitely would want to go out of my boundaries to buy. Again, a note in between, I want to talk about Burley Mark's Flame. While it has been always the most sought after plant and everyone is trying to get it even till now, it's been doing the talk of town from a very long time, and everyone wants it, and it's very expensive, but it's being predicted that it's not really going to be much of the highlight for the coming year, mainly for the reason that it's a very slow growing plant, and the kind of images we see about the plant, it takes a very long time for the plant to develop into that, if you start from a juvenile plant, that is. And in order to get the matured plant, it's going to be very expensive, so not many people are going to be buying that. Last section, I want to talk about Monsteras. Monsteras are here to stay for this year for sure. They were a bit out of conversation last year in a sense that they were not really affordable with the variations or the hybrids or the forms that were available. But this year would be different. Prices have started to drop. So Albo Monstera deliciosas, Albo Monstera adansonii are going to be more readily available. A lot of people would be interested in buying those and adding it to their collection, mainly due to the price drop. Finally, much awaited price drops are going around. They are more accessible now. There are more types of there are different sizes available. You can start with a single cutting or have a full pot of the plant now. Earlier that wasn't the case, and it used to be very, very expensive. Another variation of Monstera which would be really trending is the mint Monstera deliciosa. This though could be more on the expensive side, but it's definitely going to be making rounds in Monstera species. Thai constellation would again be trending this year. People have finally started getting access to it. The prices have dropped further. It used to be very, very expensive earlier because, of course, it's a tissue culture plant, but now it's very readily available. So I think that's going to be making a lot of trends for this year. A very last special mention to blue oil fern. This will definitely be one of the hot plants to have in this year. This plant was already trending in the last year, but it was sort of not in like a mainstream plant that everyone was talking about. It was more niche that time, but this year it's definitely going to be a collectible if you are collecting rare plants. Variations and hybrids of the same are also out in the market, not everywhere again, but they have been developed and are also being sought after a lot. So overall, a very good year to start your plant collection journey for rare plants. There have been a lot of price drops, and over the last 2-3 years, post the pandemic, the costs have finally started to drop. The price drops are reducing heavily on a lot of expensive plants, even plants like Melanochrysum or Splendid or SP Columbia, Mame, Majestic, all these big leaf philodendrons finally are in the affordable range. So that's a really great news for everyone wanting to collect plants. A small note on alocasias as well. So pink variegated alocasias will be there. They will remain. They will be spoken about a lot. Pink variegated alocasia black velvet, variegated frydek. I think all of these are going to be there in all the conversations of trending plants for 2024. One more note, which is on dark leaf plants. It is definitely an year for darker forms of various types of plants, whether it be philodendrons, syngoniums, synapsis, anthuriums, alocasias. I think for all of them, the dark forms are going to be making rounds overall on the internet. They're already buzzing a lot, so I think that is another one to add to your collection this year. Well, that's it for now. I think I have tried to cover all the plants that I observed to be doing really well in terms of latest trending plants. And I do believe some of these would definitely be topping the charts. Do keep an eye out with your local vendors because you never know if you can grab one, do add it to your collection. Overall, a very good year to start your collection or to increase it finally. The last few years were very difficult to add new rare plants because they were so expensive and not so accessible, but this year things have turned around a lot. So a very positive year in front of us, and I hope I can add some really interesting plants from this very list. Sort of hoping and crossing my fingers for a variegated anthurium folium. I think if I could get that, I would really love to own that one. And apart from that, definitely more monsteras are what I want to have, and yes, grow my philodendron collection. I do have a very small collection right now, but especially with philodendrons, because the original forms are so difficult to take care of with the humidity levels and temperatures, and depending on which country you are in, they can be really difficult, like it is for me and my house conditions. So I'm hoping the kind of plants that I'm recently buying and building my collection, they would be more easier, low maintenance, and I hope I have a lot more to show you ahead in the year. And with that, I'm gonna sign off. Thank you so much for joining me. Do like this video, it will mean a lot and it will motivate me to make more videos, and I'll be back next time with something else with my plant videos. But until then, bye.